it's enough, it is good enough to win a Stanley Cup with this core group?
Yeah, and that's, I know that question was asked of our players a lot yesterday, and one of the things that I think we have to start talking about is what's our core group? Who is part of that core group? And I know who that question is directed towards, with Jake and with G and with Simmer, and those are the guys that things always come back to. And I think one of the areas that we have to I look back to 2 years ago, the Washington series, and with the makeup of our team at that time. For us to win that series, Jake, G, and a couple of other guys might have had to, they might have had to have great series, right, to get us over the hump and give us a chance. I'm a big believer that this last series against Pittsburgh was a winnable one, and I think we just needed everybody to play well, to play good, because I think, you start looking at there's a lot of good players on this roster. And I don't care. I'm done talking about young or old. I think we got a lot of good players in this roster. So it's not just about 2 or 3 guys having to go out and play great. Actually, you know what? We need those guys to go out and play really well and just do their job. And this team is, this team, in my opinion, had a really good chance to win this last series against Pittsburgh. So that's the best way I can answer that. I think we got enough depth and enough good players that that core is continuing to grow.
Your most consistent stretch was when Brian Elliott was playing his most consistent stretch.
Yeah.
We all know Nurse's injury history and such. Can you comfortably go forward and build this team with the same, going into next year with the same 2 guys, given their track history over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I believe we can. I think the real key there is for, and I think Nuvi addressed it a little bit in terms of, he's the change that he's making over the summer in terms of his preparation. That doesn't guarantee anything, but again, there's no guarantees in sports at this level. He's going to do everything he can to improve his health and his availability, and I think that's a huge key, because as we came into this year, we said we felt strongly that as a tandem, these 2 guys were going to be really good for us. The workload got pretty heavy for Moose because of some of the injuries that Nuvi went through. So for me, these 2 guys have the summer. Obviously, they're gonna, they've got some stuff and some work they need to have done. But they'll come back into training camp healthy. The key for this tandem to work is just that, for them to be a tandem and be able to carry that through the 82 games. So I can't sit here and give you any guarantees. Nobody can on health. But that's the goal, and that's the tandem that we think can be effective for us next year. If you look at their play, both had good years. I wouldn't say either one had great career years in terms of their play when they were available and when they played. Both had good years and were good goaltenders for us. We need that combination to be solid throughout the 82 games for us.
We'd asked you about usage throughout the year. We'd asked you about the usage of young players.
Yeah.
I guess I would qualify that as first and second year guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we're probably asking about one guy at a time throughout the year. How do you evaluate now how you used a lot of those guys? I mean, there's no question where Nolan Patrick started and where he ended, but for kind of the group as a whole, where do you see?
I can't. I mean, that's pretty tough to say, to lump everybody in. I thought our group, our group over the year grew, improved, got better, assumed in most cases larger roles. I've said it before. Everybody wants development to be this rocket ship path, straight up. It doesn't work that way in most cases. There are some special cases, and there's a guy or 1 or 2 guys on our team that are that way. Most times it doesn't work that way. It's a jagged edge. There's a constant progression, but there's a jagged edge of ups and downs as you go through there. So I like the growth of our young guys. on a whole. We'd have to get a lot more specific, if you want to start getting into individual guys.